What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Liverpool potentially signing one more big player, and that could be Napoli centre-back Kulibaly, because at the moment Liverpool are still looking to strengthen their squad, and in this video we will talk in detail about that, and we will also take a look at which players Liverpool will sell, because you could see even in the League Cup game that some players couldn't even get any minutes. Harry Wilson, Ryan Brewster and other players could leave Liverpool before the end of the transfer window, so we will take a look at how those deals are progressing. So guys, if you are enjoying these Liverpool transfer news updates, please leave a like and subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news videos. And Steve Nicol, who is a pundit working for ESPN, but he used to be a Liverpool centre-back. He won like 5 league titles with Liverpool. He's a Liverpool legend in my eyes, and he said that Liverpool still need to be looking at bringing in another centre half, but Liverpool have been warned against paying silly money for Napoli star Kulibaly. And Kulibaly is considered to be a perfect fit for Liverpool, but only if the price is right. And Napoli have made it certainly clear that they will not be dropping their asking price for Kulibaly, even though they face financial difficulty. I think they are just really stubborn. Their president, De Laurentiis, is a really stubborn president. But if Liverpool can somehow make Napoli lower their asking price, then we could be in for potentially the best defense in world football. Do you think, guys, that it's the best defense? Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Koulibaly and Van Dijk in the middle. And this is what Steve Nicol said about Koulibaly. If the money is right, that transfer to Liverpool is a no-brainer. But clearly Napoli are asking for silly money. The chairman at Napoli is well known for being tough to deal with. If it's silly money, it won't happen, but I would like to see it happen. The guy is absolutely in the prime of his career. He's a great centre-back. Any team on the planet would like to have this guy, but of course it depends on the money, on the transfer fee. I think Napoli will be asking for too much money, so I don't think it will happen, but it would be nice if it did and it happened. And I think the closer we get to the end of the transfer window, the more moves we will see happen. There is only just a few, like maybe a week and a half left of the transfer window. It shuts on October the 5th at midnight, I think. So I think it's the things will start speeding up. And Steve Nicol said that Liverpool, the only question mark that they have is at centre-back. Right now, both Gomez and Matip are out injured, and Joe Gomez hopefully will be fit for the Arsenal game. But if not, then Fabinho will play at centre-back. Joe Gomez hasn't started the season particularly well, Steve Nicol continued. Van Dijk didn't start the season particularly well either. If there is a wish list, it would be another Van Dijk-esque type of player, a dominant centre-back who can play, but who is hard-nosed as well. That would be the wish list. But to be honest, we shouldn't complain. Liverpool are not in a bad position. Well, that is the understatement of the century. I think Liverpool are in one hell of a position. And I think right now Liverpool have the best starting 11 and potentially the best squad in the Premier League. Previously, before we signed Jota and Thiago, I said that Man City had the best squad still, but Man City losing players like Leroy Sané and David Silva and not really strengthening that much. I mean, Ferran Torres is one for the future, Nathan Ake is a decent centre-back, don't get me wrong, but Thiago and Jota makes this Liverpool squad, I think, the strongest now in the Premier League. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments below. Let me know where do you stand on that debate. And Kulibaly is a great centre-back, but I wouldn't spend 70-80 million pounds even if there wasn't a pandemic going, because I think we have Joe Gomez, and in Joe Gomez and Matip we have two absolutely sensational centre-backs who can still do a great job for Liverpool. So I would prefer to sign a younger centre-back. But the big question is, how much will Napoli lower their asking price? Because if they want to move Kulibaly on and strengthen their team, I think Kulibaly would be a sensational transfer for Liverpool. Can you imagine the reaction by the rival Premier League clubs if Liverpool signed Kulibaly at the end of the transfer window? But I can only see that happening if Napoli lower their asking price to like 40-50 million pounds. And also we need to make room for Kulibaly by selling players like Ryan Brewster and others. At the moment, the Ismail Assar to Liverpool transfer saga, it looks like it has died down, because Liverpool had basically a straight choice between signing Diogo Jota or Ismail Assar, and James Pearce revealed that Liverpool made the decision between the pair to choose, and they opted for Diogo Jota, who is a little bit more expensive than Ismail Assar, but he's also a more complete player. He has more on his CV, more experience, more goals scored in English football. And I mean, Sarr is a great talent, don't get me wrong, but he only scored 5 goals and got 6 assists in one season in the Premier League, and Watford got relegated with him in the team. So I think Jota is the better player, obviously, between the pair. And Neil Jones is reporting in the Liverpool Echo that Billy Koulibaly, at just 17 years old, could be potentially a fourth choice centre-back for Liverpool in the coming months. He still needs to develop his game. He is just playing for the Liverpool under-18s right now, and they are losing in the 80th minute 3-0 to Manchester City, and Billy Koulibaly scored an own goal, so that doesn't really bode well. But the fact that we also gave a debut to Reece Williams on the weekend shows that Liverpool have a fair few options at centre-back. If we want to beef up our squad, we have Nathaniel Phillips, Sepp van den Berg, Billy Koulibaly, and also Reece Williams. So we have more than enough backup players. So maybe signing Kulibaly wouldn't be the wisest decision financially and also football-wise, because one of these players could break through at Liverpool in the next 2 or 3 years, so maybe we should wait a little bit. And maybe that's why Liverpool didn't really sign a direct replacement for Dejan Lovren. We want to bring young players through. We also want to show future young players that if they sign for Liverpool, even at a very young age, they have a straight route to the first team. So I think this is actually a very good decision by Liverpool. And many Liverpool fans were pretty upset, and I was pretty upset as well, that we decided to sell Kiana Hoover to Wolves, but the money was just too good to turn down for a player who never played in the Premier League, and we decided that Neco Williams is a better prospect basically out of the two, and he will be the backup for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And don't get me wrong, it's very, very hard right now to tell who will become a better player, Kiana Hoover or Neco Williams. It was basically a straight shootout between the two. Maybe the fact that Neco Williams is a Scouser, and also that he already played in the Premier League a few times, maybe that's swayed the decision for him as well. But Kiana Hoover has a very decent international reputation. He is Dutch, and he played for the Dutch youth teams throughout the years, youth national teams as well. So he's a great talent as well, and I can fully understand why he decided to move on, because you just can't keep going out on loan. You want to kickstart your career, to find your club and to play for them regularly. But I wonder how much he will play for a very, very good Wolves side. We will see in the coming years how Kiana Hoover develops. And Brewster's dilemma is similar to Kiana Hoover, that he is like 7th or 8th choice striker at the moment, and Brewster did absolutely fantastically on loan at Swansea City last season, and sources claim that a loan would not be the best or the most ideal situation for Brewster, because in a bid which exceeds £20 million would be enough to land Brewster. Crystal Palace are interested, and also Sheffield United as well. And out of those clubs, if I was Brewster, I would go to Sheffield United, because the one thing that Sheffield United lack is a pure goal scorer, and Ryan Brewster is a pure goal scorer. He will score quite a few goals for Sheffield United, and defensively they are rock solid. And going forward, that's the only thing that is lacking, I think, this season from Sheffield United's game, a proper goal scorer. So if Brewster goes there and fires them into maybe a top 10 finish this season, then that would be a great start, proper start to his career. But if Liverpool are asking for 25 million for Brewster, I don't think Sheffield United will match that. And I don't think Crystal Palace will match that as well. So probably Liverpool need to lower their asking price just a little bit, maybe to 18 to 20 million, and then maybe we will be able to sell Ryan Brewster. And also it has been revealed that Liverpool have opened talks with Burnley for the sale of Harry Wilson, and a £15 million deal could be in the works, and that could happen in the next week or so. Harry Wilson is another player who was an unused substitute in the League Cup game, which suggested to me that he's not really in Jurgen Klopp's plans. The fact that Brewster didn't make the squad means that he's just for sale at Liverpool. It's pretty obvious, and Harry Wilson is also for sale. And at the moment, Harry Wilson is 23 years old, so there is no point in him sticking around at Liverpool, because Liverpool's midfield has so many world-class players. I mean, Harry Wilson is very, very good, but he's not world-class yet. He could become so one day maybe, but he needs to play. These young players need to play, and that's why Liverpool will sell Harry Wilson. And don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see Harry Wilson play for Liverpool, and maybe 5 years ago he would have been good enough. I mean, in a 5 year ago Liverpool team, right now Harry Wilson's quality would make that team, but not this Liverpool team. This Liverpool team is the best team in the Premier League, one of the best teams in Europe. It's incredibly hard to get into this side, so it's not really a fault of Harry Wilson. It's just he's not at that stage development-wise. So I think Burnley would be a good club for Harry Wilson to showcase his talents. And who knows, one day, if he develops well, maybe he could be back at a big club. I could see Arsenal or Tottenham or Leicester City signing Harry Wilson maybe in 2 years' time if he banged in quite a lot of goals for Burnley. So I wish him all the best. He was a great player for Bournemouth. I will always remember his amazing free kick against Manchester City for Bournemouth. So I wish him all the best. And Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher warned the whole Premier League that once Liverpool climbed this mountain, they won't come down very soon, and they won't come down easily from the top. Liverpool won't drop off in intensity or attitude or mentality. That won't be allowed to happen with the manager Jurgen Klopp that they have got. They could drop off with their performance, because that can happen sometimes with different players. If someone is slightly better than you, you have to hold your hands up. But Liverpool have climbed the mountain to win the league, and they won't feel like they have done it, and they don't need to do anything else. I think the Chelsea game reaffirmed that. I felt that would always be the case, having watched this team and Jurgen Klopp for so long. I think it was a performance that sent a little title message from Liverpool to their rivals, that they will be there despite not signing too many players before the Leeds game, and it is not going as well as possible, even though they have got the result they would have wanted. And then they signed 2 brilliant players, and it was a great week for Liverpool, especially after the Lincoln game. I mean, scoring 7 goals, even if it was just a League Cup game against a 3rd division side. And Liverpool's second team scored 7 goals against Lincoln. You have to take your hat off. This Liverpool team is ready for everything. They are ready for every challenge that will be thrown their way, I'm sure. So Sadio Mane was told that now he is in the top 20 top goal scorers in Liverpool's history, with just 83 goals in 173 games. I mean, that's a brilliant achievement, but I think Sadio Mane can do more. He can score 20 goals every season in the next 3 or 4 years. So hopefully he will get close to the top 10 goal scorers. I didn't know it before, for sure, Sadio Mane said. I'm really proud, really happy about it, because as a player you always have these targets, and it's one of my targets. So I'm in the top 20 scorers now, and I'm really happy about it. I'm looking forward to scoring more and more goals for the team and to be closer to the rest of the names on the list. I'm really happy, of course, especially as a striker, to score goals and for the team to win. That's one of the best things that can happen to you. As a team, we played really well. We won both of the 2 Premier League games, which was really important. Now we are looking forward to the next game at home against Arsenal. I think not only the fans are excited to see Thiago, for sure, especially me and my teammates were really happy to have this kind of quality in our squad. It only makes us better. I can see from day one in training, the game against Chelsea, what he is doing, and I'm sure he will take us to another level for sure. We are looking forward to seeing Costas and Diogo Jota as well, who is a really good signing for us. I'm really happy to have him as well. They are good players. They will also take us to another level, which for us is something incredible, and for the fans as well. And this is why I said that Liverpool should sign one or two brilliant players in the summer, because that just galvanizes the whole team, the whole squad. You can hear that Sadio Mane is absolutely buzzing that Thiago and Diogo Jota is now playing. They are now playing for Liverpool, and it just gives a boost, a lift to everything: the fan base, the club, the players, the squad, the manager as well. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.